You've moved your camp out here to Las Vegas, obviously well in advance of the July fight. Tell us about daily life at the McMansion and the evolution of your camp.
It's pretty good. This is every fighter's dream. Every fighter dreams of the ability to be able to change the weather. I can change the weather. I left Dublin with my team. The fight is in Las Vegas. It's desert air out here. The clock is different out here. You must get accustomed to it. We are in a position where we can come out here, set up shop in a big house, fly everyone from back home out here. The people who've been with me from day one are here. I don't look around. I look around and see only familiar faces. So,
how big of a group do you have in there?
Right now, I think there's 12 in the house. We're chopping and changing. We adjust as we go. Gunny is coming out, I think 5 weeks out. Call a few of my other teammates, and my wrestling coach Sergey coming out next week. I've got some pro boxing partners that I spar with back home coming out here. We can do whatever we want. We go by the feel of it. One day I feel I need to do something, we book a flight.
Conor, I know you're no stranger to attention, but this experience today, is it bizarre even for you?
It's growing every time. I mean, it's growing every time. I mean, I was in the gym at 3 o'clock last night, 3 in the morning. This is not my time to train. I don't train at this time. I wake up and I stretch and do yoga at this time and eat and relax. I train at 11, 12 at night. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. It's good to see everyone turn up and show up, and I appreciate every single person here. It means a lot.
How close to a normal workout was this today?
Just playing around. There was no. You're ringing around and saying, well, you're going to be in the cage, you're going to be in the mat. So, I don't know where I'm going to be. I'm just going to go and open up the gym and mess, hit the bag, hit the pads, do some yoga, do some balance work, mess around on the bars. Just playing around here.
Have you ever imagined this Conor McGregor
like
fever?
It's all like that. It's all play.
Have you ever imagined this Conor McGregor fever?
I don't know. I could believe it, and people will say, I can't believe this is happening, but I can believe it, and I did believe it, and that's why it's happening.
What do you think about Brazil? I'm from Brazil. Do you believe you are the new Chelsea for Aldo?
No. Look, every contest they compare me to somebody new. I've been compared to Chael on many occasions. The Brazilians compare me to Chael. The Americans these days are trying to compare me to Muhammad Ali. I've been compared to Mick Diaz. I've been compared to Anderson Silva. I've been compared to everybody in the fight game. But I am just me. You know, this is just human nature. People look to relate you to somebody that they know, that they are familiar with. It's just human nature. People do that. But time will tell that I am not any of them. I am me. And the next young kid that's on his way up, he will be compared to me. This is human nature. But I am not Chael.
How much is marketing? How much is true for you?
Say that again.
How much is marketing? Is it true about the fight? About the? Do you love Aldo? See a message for Aldo now.
Yeah, I don't love anybody. I don't hate anybody either. I have no feelings towards anybody in this game. It's business. Business has no feelings. So, for me, it's business, and business is good these days.
Conor, Las Vegas just saw its biggest boxing match of all time, but a lot of people were disappointed in the lack of action. Tell people why your fight with Jose Aldo won't lack that action.
I mean, I thought the fight was okay. Manny went for it. He had a bust-up shoulder. He still showed up on the night, threw his shots. He had Floyd more hurt than anybody had Floyd hurt. But then Floyd showed his grit and his defensive capabilities and done what he had to do. But it's a different sport. That's boxing. This is unrestricted, pure, unarmed combat. So the action is plenty. When there is clinch and there is tie-ups, it's not a hold waiting for the referee to separate and then the action begins. It's continuous flow. People end up on the mat, up, down. And then you've got two, maybe people might say that Floyd and Manny were past their prime when they made the contest. This is two people in their prime looking to compete. So, but I don't really pay attention to that. This is my business, and I'll go out there to fight like I always do. I'll go forward. I'll push the pace. I'll hit him hard. I'll make him miss, and I'll be prepared to go wherever it goes.
Conor, the world tour was such an intense experience. How did you kind of decompress after that and get back to reality?
Yeah, to be honest, it was a weird experience for us, you know. It was a lot of work for starters. You're put in positions where you're face to face with a man that you're looking to take out. It's easy to look and judge from the outside, but it's weird when you're in there. But I enjoyed it. I got to see the world. I had fun. I got in my opponent's face. We had a little bit of fun. It was all good. But sorry, what was the question again?
Just how you kind of got back to reality
after it, you know, I knew his body was tired. I knew his mind was drained. I knew he's on his way out of the game. All you got to do is look. He's looking for his exit. Even his coach is on his way out. I read an article today that Pederneiras is looking to retire now. You know, so they are done with the game. I am only on my way in, so I knew his mind was beat. Throughout that world tour, I knew he would have flown straight back to Brazil. Went heavy at it, heavy rounds, heavy training, having the whole of Brazil on his back, pressuring them to beat this loudmouth Irish kid. Heavy rounds. The body breaks. That was about 15, 16 weeks out from the fight. The body breaks. I went to the beach. I done yoga. I done gymnastics. I worked balance stuff. I flew out specific individuals just to train, just to keep the body fresh. Now I'm out here. I'm not working. So the true greats don't just change. The true greats change it all. Change the approach to the business side, change the shots that are thrown inside the octagon, and change their approach to training. And that's what I feel I am doing.
Is there a specific moment that you think that you got into his mind?
Say that one more time.
Is there a specific moment during the tour that you think, like when you saw the belt?
All of it. I mean, they knew I was coming. You've got it. They knew I was coming. Fight after fight, I burst onto the scene, called everyone out, knocked everyone out, and then they're like, he's not for real. He hasn't fought stiffer competition. Then as each individual continuously gets knocked out, then you've got to say, holy shit, now he's creeping up on me. You can still try and lie to yourself and tell yourself that this is a joke, this is not going to happen. And then guess what? Then the Boston fight happened where I knocked my opponent down, bounced over the cage and went straight for him. Now there's no running. Now it's before you. So then the World Tour was just a combination of me looking them dead in the eye and telling him what was going to happen to him. And I knew he does not speak English, so I spoke in his native tongue in Rio de Janeiro. I told him he will die. And then that was it. Now that's it.
Conor, you sent out a tweet the other day. The big equality vote is coming up in Ireland tomorrow.
Yeah.
Could you talk a little bit about that, and also, taking a political stance? I know some fighters or some athletes don't like to do that. Just a little bit.
It's weird to me. My coach is like really big into like protesting for it. Like, and he was explaining it to me, and I mean, we all deserve equal rights. You know what I mean? We are all human here at the end of the day. How, regardless of colour, whatever, gender, sexuality, any of that, it's all meaningless. We are all human. We all deserve the same rights. So it just feels right to me. There's a big vote coming up. I can put something out and it can reach a lot of people. So I decided that it was the right thing to do that, and my whole team done it with me. So we are proud to support that.
How big is that day for Ireland tomorrow? That it looks like it is going to pass.
It's a huge day. We hope so. But we will see. I just hope people will get up. If I was there, I would go and vote, but I am not in Dublin at the moment. So I mean, I hope it does. I mean, the support for the yes vote has been phenomenal. So we will see. It's Stone Age shit. I mean, it's a new age. You know what I mean? It's time to get with it.
What about taking Aldo's belt in Dublin?
Yeah, I was taking what was rightfully mine. I set him up, I put my feet up, he tried to mimic me, I jumped in, grabbed the belt and raised it high before my people. Same way in the fight, I'll go in, I'll set him up, he'll react to what I'm doing. I'll put him down, raise the belt, and boom, I just was mimicking what will happen July 11th in Las Vegas.
Are you afraid with Aldo?
What?
Are you afraid with Aldo?
Afraid with Aldo? I fear no man. I've said this before, if you breathe oxygen, it's fair game. I will come and take you out. I don't fear nothing.
Conor, when you talk about studying the game and studying fighters, and you're watching Aldo, when I was listening to you in there, it seems like you're still finding things you're going to use.
Yeah.
How much have you been studying Aldo and seeing these different things?
It's similar to what every other athlete throws. They throw the same shots, they train the same way, they approach the game the same way. So I'm just reacting to everybody, what shots I will encounter off of anybody. They all move the same, so it's just working shots and angles around that. But I'm always looking to learn.
Conor, you have never been afraid to make a prediction. Are you ready to predict a finish?
I already said it will be done within 4 minutes of the first round. It will be a formality after that. It's up to how long he wants to stay in there. Like I said, he's on his way out. His body has taken a lot of damage. His brain has been rattled many times. His face has been disfigured many times. Now his coach is looking to bounce from the game as well. The game is designed to break you. It's inevitable. It will happen. This is his time to be broken. So 4 minutes it will be wrapped up. How long he lasts after that will be a formality.
Your coach told me Frankie Edgar's fight, and the potential matchup you could have if you become the champion. It might have a rematch with Jose, or you might have Frankie.
Yeah, we'll see that. That wrestler question is definitely a question I want to answer. It's a question that the fans want answered. It's a question that the media want answered. How will he react? But and a guy asked me the other day, is it personal? Do you really want to get in and show everyone what you can do and you can take these people out. It's never personal, it's business, and business is business. They want to see me tested against the wrestler. They believe that is a question that is yet to be answered. So if it's good business, I'm in it because I'm in good business.
Who will win the next fight for you? Vitor Belfort or Chris Weidman? The Brazilian guy or the American guy? You prefer the Brazilian, right?
It's again, nationality, gender, color, any of that shit. I don't care about any of that. You know, it's two men coming in to fight with a lot to prove. I feel Vitor is an animal. He's been around the game since day one. He has knocked out countless people in the middleweight division, the light heavyweight division. He's an absolute animal, but he still has a lot to prove to himself and to his fans that he can still mix it up there. And then on the other side, you've got Chris Weidman, a phenomenal champion with phenomenal skills. He's dominated one of the greatest Anderson Silva. He dominated Lyoto Machida, but still doesn't get the respect they deserve. So you've got two men with a point to prove coming in head to head. It's going to be a phenomenal contest, and thankfully I will be ringside to enjoy it. I don't give a prediction. I don't care about nationality. I don't care about any of that. It's going to be a good fight. Both men with a lot to prove.
Conor, do you have a prediction on your pay-per-view bias for your fight with Aldo? I know there's a lot of questions. It's going to be huge. How big do you think it's going to be?
It's going to be a record breaker. There's no doubt in my mind it's going to break records. I mean, all you got to... He's a nut job, that guy. All you got to do is... Look, I'm 26 years of age. I'm 26 years of age with every single record in the game. We've got the highest gate, the highest figures. July 11th, I will have the highest pay-per-view. I'm 26 and I own my game, but I feel the pay-per-views will be a record breaker.
Conor, injuries have been a big thing in the UFC. Obviously, this is the biggest fight of the year. Are you doing anything special to prevent and make sure that you're able to fight on July 11th?
I'm not diving into sessions. I'm playing. It's about keeping your body supple. It's not about killing yourself and taking trauma all the time. You need your body to be sharp. You need your brain to be sharp, your mind to be sharp. So that is what we're doing. We're just training intelligently and going by the field. That's why I have everyone that I've come up with from day one in a house, all under one roof, all with one focus. It's world champion preparation. It's the preparation. That's what I said. The true greats, they don't just change shots in the octagon. They change everything. They change the business side of it, and they change the training preparation. That's what I'm in the process of doing.
How do you stay on course? How do you stay on course with all the success that you've had, and you're living well now, and you've got to keep that hunger. You don't want to get complacent at all.
Yeah, for me, I can't stay. For me, there's energy and motion. As long as I continue moving, I am free. When I stay still, that's when I don't enjoy staying still. So it's not hard for me to stay motivated. I'm self-motivated. I'm motivated by movement and money. And that's it.
Sorry, you talk about your business. You're a businessman. Obviously, the bigger the business, the more money gets involved. How much have you had to learn about the business side of it that maybe you didn't already know?
I learn as I go, and I've learned a lot. You know, I have a phenomenal team with me. My management company, Paradigm, are phenomenal. They've taught me a lot. We came up together, and I've learned a lot about the business. And then I've spent a lot of time with Lorenzo, with Dana. Billionaire businessmen, entrepreneurs, you know what I mean? And I've learned a lot from them as well. So you must become a master at every facet of the game, and business is no different. So I have learned from everybody that is around me.
You're pushing the sport. What about the Irish fighters?
Yeah,
they're growing a lot.
Yeah, 100%. Every Irish fighter now has a platform. You know, the invasion has happened, and a lot of people have had success from my success, and it's a brilliant thing. The gyms back home are booming. Everything is good. It's good to be involved in the fight game back home. So I am proud of that.
About how you're gonna beat Aldo, but I never heard you say about the other side. What's Aldo's best qualities? Do you think he have any good quality?
I mean, he's been champion for a long time. He can take a shot. He can fight through it. But again, he's fought bantamweights. He's fought small 5'5" bantamweights. That's you're going against a guy with 5'9", 74-inch reach. The range is too much, and then the power is another animal altogether. So I respect him for battling through his rounds and sticking it out. But this is it for him now.
Conor, what's your opinion on going back just real briefly to Mayweather-Pacquiao? You mentioned that Pacquiao had a busted up shoulder, and there's actually a lawsuit with people saying, well, that fight should have never happened now because we paid for something. If you knew you were going into a fight and you required surgery like immediately after, you're still fighting, you're still going in there, and you think fans should take that,
That's up to the fighter. Did he get stopped? Did he get hurt? He landed the more powerful shots. He might have came out with a sore shoulder, but Floyd came out with I guarantee more shots to the head. So man, he showed up and he fought. So I have respect for that. If you can show up and fight and do your job, as far as that lawsuit, that's ridiculous to me. You got what you paid for. You've got to fight. The two of them came in and throw shots. Everyone is going to complain. There's always something.
2 years
I
ago.
just had a nice conversation with your friend Tom Egan over there. He says he's known you since you're about 15 years old. Has your circle of friends gotten smaller, though? Have you had to let some people go since your success?
No, just not really. Just the right. It's not about letting people go. It's just the right people form. They just form naturally into where I'm at now. I believe I have a phenomenal team, a phenomenal circle of people. I give out good, positive vibes, and I show loyalty, so it attracts good people.
2 years ago, we stood in Louis Copeland's trying on bow ties. You said this was going to happen. You said this is where you would be. So where are you 2 years from now? What's the next 2 years?
I'll continue to be at the top, that's for sure. I'll be 28 years old with a game wrapped up in a little bow tie.
Conor, when people talk about you, they talk about how well you promote, how well you talk. Does it bother you? Do you prefer? Would you wish that they would talk about your technique, your fighting ability?
They've got to tell themselves something. He's got this because he can do this. It's not because of what he can do better than me. Again, human nature. People will put it somewhere so that it's not eclipsing them. But it's the whole package here. I don't just talk the talk. I walk the walk, and that is it. You could bring any of the champions back, any of the people who ran the game before, back in my time, and I would still run the game.
What do you think it is that makes you special?
I haven't a clue. I'm just being who I am. I don't really think about it.
Conor, going back to the wrestling question you just said, who do you think you have a most exciting fight against, Frank Edgar or Chad Mendes?
I put them in the same bracket. I think Frankie's got a bit better boxing than him. He puts his shots a little bit better than Chad. I think Chad is more just a wrestler with an overhand right. He swings his overhand, looks at the floor, closes his eyes, and hopes for it to land. To me, that's novice. That's day one beginner stuff where I come from. Frankie's a former champion. But they are both in the same bracket. It makes no difference. As long as I'm on the card, as long as it's me fighting, it's a big fight.
Are you flying to Mexico to support Cathal?
I am not going to Mexico to support Cathal, but he's out there doing his thing, chasing down his dream, and I've nothing but respect for Cathal. He's out there setting up his team as well out there. He's coming after the fight. He's going to come out here and continue to have me prepared. And my coach John is going to head out for maybe 2 weeks before the fight. So I will be certainly glued to the telly rooting for my countryman. Cathal has been a long-term training partner of mine. I've no doubt he's going to go in and dominate in his opponent's hometown.
Conor, you're confident you're beating Aldo. Do you also think the Irish fans taking over the MGM Grand Arena?
100%. It's going to be, I'm going to say 90% green, white and orange in there. That's what I think. What was it? I think it was like 25% came from Ireland. Then you've got all the Irish that are actually living in America, and then you've got all the Irish Americans. You're going to have maybe 8% Brazilians and 2% random, but I think it's going to be a green, white and orange event. I hope that they open the whole MGM Grand for the weigh-ins. This is one of those times where it's time to open up the whole MGM. Don't just half the arena for the weigh-ins, open up the whole thing. Let people who are showing up just for the festivities, who are not lucky enough to get a ticket, let them show up at the weigh-ins. Let's blow the roof off the place. Let's show them this is the big game now. This is the big time now. So I hope that's what will happen. But we'll see.
You're in a good situation with Reebok. Some people aren't as fortunate. Is there anything that you would say to the other fighters who aren't happy with the deal?
I mean, it is what it is. You can either sit and you can moan and complain and become bitter about it, and let the energy take over you, and then more bitterness will come, more negativity will come, and it will grow and grow and grow. Or you can sit back and say, it's time now to put in the work. To get them Reebok sponsorships, to get them big sponsorships, you need to put in the work. You need to show up. You need to say what you're going to do, and then you need to go out and do it. You don't need to be fake. You don't need to do anything. Be yourself. Say what you're going to do. Show up and do your job. Be positive, and good things will come. This is the game we are in. You cannot expect to be debut 2-3 fights in and wins and losses and middle of the road and not generating anything and expect to be given everything. You've got to go and you've got to take it. So I am blessed that I see things that way, and everyone else should see things that way.
Conor, are you tired of talking about Jose Aldo? You've talked about him so much in so many interviews.
I haven't really talked about him. It's just I'm talking about them all. You ask me a question, it seems to be rinse and repeat with a lot of them. Just talk. This is the business we are in, and I love this business.
Conor, don't you think that look like you already the champion for the UFC? You are here living in Vegas, you using the UFC facility. It's a good for the UFC be had you with as the champion.
Nothing was given to me. All you got to do is look at the numbers I generate. In fact, they own me. They own me for what I've brought in. So this, if you look at this fight, what, 7 million gay? Let's say she clears a million pay-per-view buys. You're talking like crazy. Think how much money that is, $60 a pop, 1 million pay-per-view buys. Don't think I won't count every single number that is being generated from this whole card and putting it before Lorenzo and putting it before Dana and letting them know that this is my work. So if anything, they own me.
You talk about destiny and this being, and your visions of this being something that you envision happening. Do you take any time yet to still just sort of appreciate that the process has gone through and that you've been able to make it happen?
Every day I wake up and I'm grateful. I pinch myself every day. I walk down, my whole team is around me. We eat good, we live good, we train smart. The sun is shining. Life is good. I'm grateful.
What's it mean for you to be able to have all of these guys here that are training behind us that wouldn't get this opportunity otherwise?
That's what I'm saying. It's a perfect combination. We've got a great team going. I've got the people who have been with me from day one. My sparring partners, my pad man, my coaches, John, my main coach, my wrestling coach. I've got everything here. Then we've got the youngsters that came up from like 10, 11, 12 years of age who are now hitting that 18, 19 age. You know, that we built up and given them this whole experience of a lifetime. It's all just forming into something spectacular. So this is it's perfect, and there's no egos. Everyone knows each other from years on the mat together. So it's the correct way to train in this game.
Having your camp here in Vegas for so long, do you actually venture out into the city, or do you prefer to sort of keep camp closed?
As in Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I love that. Sometimes I head down to the strip. Caesar Forum shops is pretty cool. I mean, some really nice shops down there. But I like to go shopping sometimes. Bring my girlfriend only got in from Dublin the other day, so I said I'm going to go shopping tonight with her. The shops in the Cosmopolitan and what's that called? Crystal shops. With really nice shopping mall there. So I go down to the strip and I shop but for the most part, we are, because with the weight cut and stuff like that, we are eating at home and relaxing at home.
Is there anything you could worry at some point could become a distraction, even for your partners or your team?
Yeah, there is distractions everywhere. You know, when we first came over, we were here for 2 weeks, grinding, and I could feel temptation building in everybody. The bright lights of Vegas, people want to go out, and I think it was 2 weeks ago, or maybe last week, or I was like, all right, we'll go out, we'll go to a club, we'll chill. We can blow off a little bit of steam, get rid of that temptation. And we went and we done that. We had a good night. We came home. Now it's done. So now that temptation is killed, nice and early. So if you let it build and build and build, and then people start getting agitated and wanting to go out and do other stuff, and then it leads into something bad. So we killed it, and now we are focused again. So we have it to perfection.
How would you describe the feeling of being at the octagon?
A lovely feeling, because they only put that canvas down today, and I'm going to try and get them, or yesterday I think, but I'm going to try and get them to leave it, because it's such an unusual canvas, like the feel on it and the grip. I'm big into the ground and mats and stuff like that, because I think that they all play a specific part. You know, if I was to be training on this kind of canvas here, like this concrete and skipping, and like you see, and then you jump into the cage, it almost all of a sudden feels like quicksand, or if that mat is completely different to that mat. So it's always a benefit to be able to train on the actual mat you'll be fighting in. So, but for me, I love that in there. I love that canvas. I watch back any of my fights, I rub my feet off it, and I just feel that feeling, and then the crowd is going. It's what I live to do.
Jose said that he has an announcement to make after the fight. What do you think it is?
I don't know. All I know is maybe it's announced that he's gone as well, because his coach is gone. How's his coach going to say he's going to retire when his fighter has the biggest fight of his life coming up? Come on, what's that? They're done with the game, and I respect that the game. It's a long game. Like I said, it's designed to break it. But maybe he ditched his coach. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't seem to be training with Andre too much. Maybe Andre can come over here and he can chill out with me and hold pads for me, and we can do a little bit together. Maybe it's no problem. If he wants a job, he can have a job here. But who knows? Maybe I don't know what his announcement is. It does not make a difference what his announcement is because I will have the belt.
Do you like all parts of this game? I mean, being here, all these events, all these interviews.
You don't get to this level otherwise. You don't get to this level unless it's 24/7. So I love every facet of the game.
The story behind the tiger tattoo?
I don't know. I just was floating through Venice and I said, fuck it, I'm gonna get a tiger. The tiger has been jumping out at me sometimes. I feel like animals mean something or something, you know. So I think the tiger is a courageous animal. So I like the tiger and I decided to go and get it. For me, I like ink. I like the feeling of it. I like getting the work done. And I like the way it looks.
It's a tender spot though down there, isn't it?
It's actually, to be honest, compared to the chest, that right there was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. So when he was down the stomach, it was actually kind of nice. Maybe it's some sort of therapeutic thing. I don't know what it is, but I like getting them done, and I will get more of them done. I know Dana doesn't like them. Lorenzo doesn't mind them, but Dana doesn't want me to get them. But
how many do you have?
I think there's about 5 altogether on this. I don't know about.
And what is written in this one?
This was when I was drunk. That was my
That one
first.
time.
Yeah, that one time. That was that one time.
But do you know what is written?
It
can be
It could
anything?
mean anything. It was Arabic writing was a thing for a while. It was the cool thing to do, but I was following the trend back then. So maybe one day I'll get that covered up. I don't know, but.
Do you know where you did it?
I got it in Ayanapa. It was like a party kind of. I was young and on holiday. It cost me €20.
You obviously had a lot of success, and I know, like all fighters, like all people, you like to go out and enjoy yourself. But we heard Dana the other day say there's 2 ways you can go with that. You can become Ronda Rousey, very successful and stay centered, or unfortunately you can go like John Jones, where he's had a lot of problems. How do you stay centered and not, have fun and enjoy life, but not get into those kind of situations?
Keep your team around you. I mean, I've met John many times, and John, I love John. He's a great man. He's a great fighter. But his decisions and his choices, I don't understand how, you've got millions in the bank. How can you be in a little desert town in Albuquerque in a little rental Buick and driving? It doesn't seem like the life of it. I cannot put myself in that. So I keep my people who are with me around and that have been around from day one. So I don't know. I wish John well. But I cannot put myself in their shoes, and I don't know what the difference is, or I don't know. I can't put into words that.
Couple more minutes, guys.
Do you think his team failed him then? Did you think his team should have been there a little more for him?
I cannot speak on that because I don't know. I just tried to put myself. I tried to understand the situation. How I can't understand it. Like get a driver. Get driven. If I go out now, I'm driven in a fucking limo. You know what I mean? You've got money, I don't know, it's just a weird situation, but I wish him well, and I wish I hope he gets his head together and comes back, because he's a great man, he's a great champion, and I wish him well.
Do you think the new rules that the NAC has instituted are good?
Do you think it's good? Do you think it would have helped
John if maybe they would have had these rules in place before this time?
How would it have helped? I
because
don't know.
they expanded the out of competition drugs that they were going to regulate.
Yeah, I don't know how to compare it to John's situation, but it's great that they are cleaning up the sport. I have not been tested yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm out here in Vegas. The fight is what, 7.5, 8 weeks out. We should be tested right now. I want to be tested right now, and I want him tested over there as well. I want the sport clean. Make no mistake about that. So. It's good that they are upping the ante and testing more regularly, and the bans are more lengthy. It's the right way it should go. There might be a period where a lot of people are getting caught or whatever, but throughout the time the cream will rise to the top, and that's what will happen. So it's a good thing for the sport.
Conor, do you think some guys just aren't built for the limelight, that they just can't handle the stardom, like somebody like John Jones or maybe other people? They just
yeah, there's people who are world champions in the gym, but when the lights shine, their light goes out. So I don't like. Yeah, there are people like that. I don't know why, but for me, when the light goes on, my light goes on too.
Do you still feeling the same thing when you win the first time and I don't know winning the belt?
Of course, it's better than any feeling you can ever imagine. It's the most addictive feeling on earth. That feeling of victory, that feeling of hard work, preparation. it's a beautiful feeling. All right, boom. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I really appreciate every single one of you here. Thank you.